All right. Well, I don't know what happened near the end there, but I am going to try to put up a conclusion to this video, and we'll send it out to everybody who has joined us for our seminar tonight. Like I said, all the way to the end, you never know what's going to happen when it comes to tech, and like the Apollo 13 happened literally on reentry. But anyway, what I was simply saying is, when we trust in the Lord, even like this, it was like, wow, it just was going to share a whole bunch of things with you, ways that you can be involved. And I'll do that right now. And then all of a sudden things get cut off. I'm not sure who's going to get this or not. But I'm going to provide this conclusion to everybody and just say that what's going to help us to expand and bring these messages, these critical ones. I mean, we're talking about, purpose in one's life. That's going to have a ripple effect. Just how many leaders are going to be formed from this. One person, as we know, can, like Sheen, reach 30 million people a week. And we don't know who we're inviting and interacting with, but we have to do what God has called us to do, and God will do everything else. So we're trying to do our part with the Fulton Sheen movement, which is where we are, you can say, launching this first broadcast, and I hope that it's something that everybody will get behind. And there's so many ways that you can do that. Many of you have already signed the petition, which was the first part of that. Another one is to support us in our mission, and that does take finances. We're working on building a new studio to increase podcast presence. A lot of more broadcasting that we can do to reach people. It's very difficult when you don't have something like that. And so we already have the plans in the works. And so now we're just looking for the financial backing to expedite that. This could be done in just a matter of 10 days. And just imagine the kind of program that we'll be able to do. So the Lord right now has my family moving into a new house, and we're looking to have this extra studio right there. And it's just to be cranking out all day long. So your support can do that. And if you go to fultonsheenmovement.com/give, or if you're on the homepage, you just click on the support link at the top. You'll see all these different options that you can make for giving something. The first one is any amount that you choose. We also strongly encourage to become a monthly donor, because that's a way that we can sustain what we're doing, and be able to calculate, how far ahead we can do events, which obviously they take a lot of money. Who we can work with. We have people right now, especially on our Instagram account. One young woman, Hannah, does incredible things to reach people all around the world. The feedback has been amazing. And we've only been working with her for, probably a couple of months. And she's been fantastic. We want to expand. We want to be able to physically bring this movement and this message of Sheen to your own country. Why not? We're always talking about what John Paul said, aim high. St. Maximilian Kolbe did, St. John Paul II did. Dare great things for Christ. Where in the world doesn't need evangelization? Yes, we want to. A big focus is America. That's where Sheen is from, and that's my home country. And so much does rest on what happens to America, and which is why Fulton Sheen was so worried about America. But also, if America turns back to God, what it can quickly do for the rest of the world with turning all of its resources and just its own gifts to help, as she would say, literally remake the world. All of these things require that financial support. So there's different ways that you can do it, and we have it labeled so you can think about I think it's $25 is a month is the level of venerable, $50 a month is blessed, $75 a month is saint, or $100 a month is saint, I think is this. Anyway, I don't have it in front of me, but it's very easy. And if you are making a donation within the United States, the Fulton Sheen movement is a 501c3 entity, so your contributions will all be tax deductible. So that's another incentive to do that as well. And let's put our resources, like we do personally, put them into things that we know are going to generate the kinds of success that we want. Like Sheen says, unless souls are saved, nothing is saved. That's where we want to put our efforts. And then today we have so many people who are God is primed to do great things, and we want to work with them. We want to collaborate with them. We want to hire them. So please prayerfully consider that. And just like everything else, don't take too long. If God puts it on your heart, especially if you got something out of just this one episode that we've had of life is still worth living, Quo Vadis, where are you going? If this has helped you to find that path even more or confirm you where you are, then, please express, a great way to express gratitude is to help us to grow. So go to fultonsheenmovement.com/give and set up for your monthly donation. Let's see what we have on the next slide. I got my camera in the way here. Here we go. Oh, there it is. We're working on making this a little bit more flashy for everybody, but there's a good still shot for you. fultonsheenmovement.give as I become microscopic in the corner. I'm going to move myself right there. I really like that graphic. Well done. We're calling it the Sheen's Laity League. And the reason we're calling it that is because he had that famous prophecy, really, in 1972. Who's going to save the church? It says, not as priests and bishops, but you, the laity. You have the eyes, the ears, and the mind to save the church. So that's what we're doing. That's why that was the inspiration behind this movement. So there's the Laity League, and there's all different components to it. If I keep moving my picture around, support us through donations, recurring donations. Share what we do. Get other people to sign the petition. Come and learn each month more about things that are going to have a direct impact on your life. That's a big part of what we do. We're very pragmatic. We don't have time to waste, even on things that are just merely interesting. This is about forming today's saints, like we talked about early in tonight's seminar. And of course, pray with us. We're not only praying the beatification cause forward, because all we need to do is have a mass scheduled. People don't know that, but we're praying that a few bishops will get the grace and the movement, the inspiration to simply stop holding Fulton Sheen hostage for the rest of the world, and set this date, because Rome has already determined that he's blessed when they approved his miracle. So we pray every day for that when we pray the rosary. Well, every weekday, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Time. Like I said, we have people from all around the world who pray with us, from Asia, sometimes even from Africa, once in a while from India, part of Asia. But we have Europe well represented, North America represented, sometimes South America. So it's wonderful. Let's see. Oh, there's that quote. I thought it'd be a little earlier, but there it is. 1972, Our Lady of Czestochowa National Shrine here in America, in the United States. Very, very important place. I brought Bishop Sheen's mitre there as I started a tour from Pennsylvania all the way back to Idaho about 6 weeks ago. So it was pretty awesome. Here's another thing. This is something you can do right now. I did this the first time I heard of it many, many years ago. But now we are very blessed to have the movement as a collaborator with them. We are an affiliate of this, I think is one of the best things available. And that is, there's an audio library of Sheen that has over, I think, 300 talks of Sheen, and it has an app, so you can pull it up at pretty much any time. And you get all of those talks for $29. I mean, that's ridiculous. So Sheen's the kind of teacher that, like, whatever it is, you could just roulette and just say, I'm going to listen to this one and put it on when you're driving before you go to bed, or you can't sleep, to go back to sleep. And you will always have something that he says that will change your life, that'll do something in your changing your thinking, that'll fine tune you. So that's a no-brainer. And the Fulton Sheen Audio Library, I don't know, do we have the link on here?
There's a link in their bio of our Instagram page, and it'll be emailed out.
Okay, that link's going to be emailed out because we just got the affiliation with them. So wait for that, and please, get that right away while you can. It might be one of the best investments you've ever made. And I mean, I'm completely serious about that. People wonder who has been supporting us in our work here. Well, we've seen from the petition and even with people that we've spoken with, these are just some of the people that have come to our support because they know the importance of what a blessed sheen would be to the world. Not, they know it's not in the fact like this is some kind of trophy or just, accomplished title. Sheen doesn't care in heaven. He's a saint in heaven. There's nothing but saints in heaven. But becoming a blessed is important because it gives greater weight to his writings. The moment he's declared blessed, the whole world finds out about Sheen again. So it's going to reach 8 billion, well, I don't know how many, but probably 6 billion people. And just imagine if like 1% or 3% of those people got turned on to Sheen. Just do the math on that. I don't know what it is, but I know it's a lot. I don't know how many millions of people that is. But that's a lot of people, hundreds of millions of people. So, or is it tens of millions? Anyway, that's a lot of millions. But let's hope it's 50%, 60%. But this is a big, big deal. So you can see just recently I met up with Immaculate Ilibagiza, and when I had the relic of Sheen, it was like she just reunited with a family member. She's hugging the relic of Sheen's mitre. It was pretty powerful. She's a big Sheen fan. Terry Barber, full Sheen ahead. He's the founder of Virgin Most Powerful Radio, Lighthouse Media, St. Joseph Communications. I mean, we're indebted to him in so many ways because he brought Sheen's recordings from, almost not obscurity, but they weren't being played. And he put them into everybody's house via cassette tapes at one time, and then through CDs. And now, he's got his own radio show. Chris Stefanik has always been a supporter of our work. Dan Burke of the Avila Institute, as well as what is his other ministry that he has going on? Divine Intimacy Radio, big on that. But there's something else. But anyway, he's an amazing man, great story, strong, devout Catholic. He's also one of those who listen to the Holy Spirit, and that's why he founded the Avila Institute. He followed exactly the kinds of things and promptings that we talked about today with Fulton Sheen. And of course, Jason Everett, not only were Jason Everett and Chris Stefanik classmates of mine a long time ago in Steubenville, they both gone on to do great things. Jason with his major ministry apostolate for bringing purity to the youth of the world, but really to all Catholics, because purity is at the heart of our closeness with God. Blessed are the pure of heart. And of course, Dr. Scott Hahn, who needs no introduction, but he's always been a big fan of Fulton Sheen, and it was an honor to have his support behind what we're doing. So we are basically at 11,000, and we want to still see this explode, so please spread that around. Here's our team. We got yours truly on the left, my wife right next to me. She's our director, does so much of the operations. We have Sterling right out here in Idaho, our treasurer. There's Hannah. She does our social media. And then Sean, he's our webmaster and an inspiration behind our planning. He's a big entrepreneurial mind. So please keep each one of those in your prayers and our work because, a rising tide lifts all ships. And we want to make sure that all of us here are taken care of and that they're thriving as well. Because that helps the Institute and the movement to thrive. All right, here's ways to reach us. You can follow us on all the socials right here and the website, FultonSheenInstitute.com for the Fulton Sheen Institute, FultonSheenMovement.com for the Fulton Sheen Movement. And if you want to reach us by email, team@FultonSheenMovement.com. And then you have Fulton.Sheen.Movement at our Instagram. I highly recommend you go there and check out all of our reels. And I'm going to put myself up in this corner a little bit. Not like that's too important, but there I am. And then we have our YouTube page, which is very, very important, where we have our daily rosary, our weekday rosary, and our Catholic Patriot podcast is all broadcast on YouTube. We also are on Rumble, but that is not used as much. But in this day and age where you can get censored really quick or kicked off, we're going to try to bring all of our audience to different places so that we never skip a beat. It's another reason why your support makes a big difference. It makes doing those things a lot easier and allows us to keep up with things with greater frequency. So I'll leave you with the words of Sheen. It was in our opening, our pre-seminar video. Believe the impossible and you can do the incredible. All right. He said, and if you have faith, it will come true. That's not some, guru out there in some self-help world. This is Fulton Sheen saying that. He was a master of knowing the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. And we have so little understanding of the capacity that God gave us that he wants to see us use to the max. And when he adds grace to that, there's nothing that we could ever imagine as far as the things that we can't achieve and accomplish for his kingdom. So thank you for taking the time out to join us on the seminar. And we'll have more details later about how you can see the replay on it. And I'm sorry about what happened at the end. At least it was at the end, right, for this, you could say the announcement parts. But anyway, help us to get that new studio, and these things will just, be a little bit easier. Just kind of flip a couple of switches. But nothing's going to stop us. We're going to keep plugging full, as my friend Terry Barber says, full sheen ahead every day. We're not going to back down even when adversity comes, because this is our purpose. This has been my dream and my purpose for over 20 years, even when times are tough. Like Sheen says, there's nothing greater than the salvation of a soul. And if we can just help his mission from heaven to get just one more soul each day, then that's mission accomplished. But we'd like to get millions. So please help us do that. God bless you all. Thanks for joining us. And I look forward to our second part of our Life is Still Worth Living series. So I hope you enjoyed Quo Vadis and that you have a greater sense of where you are going. So in the words of Fulton Sheen, God love you.